In today's video, we are diving into the best cards for international travel, and I'll be sharing with you some important tips to avoid those nasty ATM fees, international fees, and other foreign transactions fees that can quickly add up when you are eating out at a restaurant or taking that cab ride to your hotel or shopping outside. I have also used these cards personally, so I'll also be sharing my experience with you to help you get the most out of your points and travel smarter. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Anisha, and on this channel, I help you travel more with credit card points without burning a hole in your pocket. Alright, let's talk about the main expenses that you'll typically have when you're traveling internationally. This will mostly include spending on food, local transit, rideshare services, shopping, and of course, some cash that you sometimes need for those places that do not accept cards. Each of these categories can quickly eat into your budget, so it's really important for you to use the right credit card so you can save on all these fees and also earn big rewards at the same time. But here's the problem. Many credit cards have foreign transaction fees that can add up quickly, especially if you're swiping your credit card everywhere. Think 2 to 3% per purchase. That is why it's crucial for you to use credit cards that do not charge these fees. The good news? I've got you covered with some solid options that I think can really help you save on all these fees and at the same time can earn you a lot of points. First, let's talk about cash. When you're overseas, you'll definitely need local currency for those vendors or those places that do not accept cards. And there can be quite a few of those when you travel internationally. You can avoid those outrageous ATM fees by using a debit card that does not charge a foreign transaction fee and will also reimburse you when you use an ATM that's outside of your bank's network. So with that, my top 2 recommendations for debit cards would be the Betterment debit card and the Charles Schwab debit card, both of which you will get by opening a checking account with these banks. Both of these options are fantastic because they will reimburse you ATM fees incurred on any ATM worldwide. So whether you're in Paris, Tokyo, or New Delhi, for any local currency needs that you have, you can just walk into an ATM and withdraw cash without being hit with any fees. And of course, they do not charge you any foreign transaction fee, which is a game changer for international travel. By the way, if you're trying to get foreign currency at your local bank in the US, you should also know that the exchange rate that they will give you will probably be really bad. And at the same time, they might charge you a fee to get foreign currency from that bank. So having these types of debit cards like the Betterment debit card and the Charles Schwab debit card that we just talked about, you actually get a foreign exchange rate which is closer to the market rate, and at the same time you avoid all these fees. I've had the Betterment debit card for about 2 years now, and I've been using it for all my international travels. But the best part about having this card and having this checking account is that there is no minimum balance requirement or any other fees that they charge you to keep your account open, which totally made it a no-brainer for me for my international travel. If you're interested in learning more about this card, I'll be dropping my referral link in the description below. Feel free to check it out. Next up, we'll be talking about credit cards. So for general purchases like meals, transportation, and random shopping sprees, Capital One Venture X is my top pick. I absolutely love this card, and it's my wallet staple for all my international travels for the past 3 years now. The card has no foreign transaction fee, and you earn 2x points on every single purchase that you make, no matter the category, which adds up pretty quickly. Plus, these Capital One miles are really valuable when it comes to booking travel. You can redeem them for flights, hotels, and even car rentals if you go through the Capital One travel portal. But I think the best way to redeem these miles is actually to transfer them out to a transfer partner. And Capital One has some amazing flight and hotel transfer partners. I have personally gotten amazing value from Capital One miles that I've earned for the past 3 years. The Venture X does come with the $395 annual fee, but I think it's packed with perks with the 10,000 bonus miles that you get each card member anniversary. There's a $300 annual travel credit that you get with the Capital One travel portal, and you also get free airport lounge access with this card. So all of this actually offsets a good chunk of the $395 annual fee, which again makes it a no-brainer card in many cases. The reason why I love this card is because you get 2x points on every single purchase that you make. So let's say you're on vacation and you're not in the mood to really calculate what card works best for what purchase. I would suggest pulling out this credit card and getting your 2x miles on every single thing. That's a no-brainer. Now let's talk about my other favorite cards for international travel. If you want to rack up points on fine dining or transportation, the Chase Sapphire, Reserve, and Preferred card are some incredible options. These cards really shine when it comes to earning points on dining and travel, and both of them do not charge any foreign transaction fees. With the preferred card, you earn 2x points on travel and 3x points on dining, and it comes with a $95 annual fee. It's perfect for travelers who are looking for a more affordable option and at the same time want to rack up a good amount of Chase points. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is a little more premium, so this would give you 3x points on travel and 3x points on dining, and it does come with a $550 annual fee, which you can easily offset by using its perks. The bonus that you get for paying that annual fee is that you get access to Priority Pass lounges for free, and you also get access to the amazing Chase Sapphire lounges. Along with that, if you are to redeem your Chase points on Chase Travel Portal and you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, your points are actually valued 50% more when you use them on the Chase Travel Portal. Having said that, I've never redeemed my points on travel portals. I have always found better value when I transfer my points out to airline or hotel partners and use it like that. So before you make any redemptions, just do the math and see what works better for you. But I do want to note one thing about how Chase defines their travel category. So if you're thinking your local transit or rideshare will qualify as a travel purchase, that is actually not the case with Chase. So if you want to avoid any confusion, again, I do recommend pulling out your Capital One Venture X card and getting your 2x miles with that. Plus, both of these cards do not charge you any foreign transaction fee, which is crucial when you're traveling internationally. And like I said, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card would come with certain other premium perks like lounge access and the $300 annual credit that you get towards qualifying travel purchases. If you want to sign up for either of these credit cards, I'll be dropping my referral links in the description below, so feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions on that card, please drop them in the comments. Next up, we're talking about this unique credit card, and this one actually does not have an annual fee. This is the BILT MasterCard. If you are someone who spends a lot on dining when you're traveling internationally, this is another card that comes in super handy because it gives you 3x points on dining. This card will also give you 3x points on travel, but pretty much like Chase, they define their travel in a different way. So you get 3x points on things like flights and hotels, but you might not get 3x points on local transit or rideshare services. So you're better off using other cards for that. Plus, what's special and unique about the BILT MasterCard is that this is the only card on the market that lets you earn points on rent. So when you pay your rent with the BILT MasterCard, you're not charged any fee just because you're using a credit card to pay your rent. And you end up making 1x points per dollar that you spend towards your rent payment. The BILT MasterCard will not give you any sign-up bonus when you sign up for it, but it has really cool perks like earning points on rent, 3x points on dining, and it has some amazing transfer partners, which makes these points really valuable. So if you are someone who rents and want to rack up points on this huge expense that you have every single month, I would definitely urge you to consider this card. It has earned me over 150,000 points over the past few years since when I've had it. And honestly, earning points on rent has been a game changer. And like I said, BILT points are really valuable and very flexible. I would actually place them in the same category as Capital One, Chase, and Amex because that's the kind of amazing transfer partners they have. Plus, again, there is no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, no fees when you use your credit card to pay your rent. So all of this makes it a very unique and cool credit card to have. If you would like to consider the BILT MasterCard, I'll be dropping my referral link in the description below. You can find it there. All right, now we're talking about the final credit card. So if you're looking to rack up points while spending on supermarkets or gas stations, I have a cool recommendation for you. This is the Citi Strata Premier card that comes with a $95 annual fee. This is a very cool credit card because it lets you earn 3x points on categories like supermarkets and gas stations in addition to restaurants. So that makes it a very unique credit card for a $95 price point. For your next international trip, if you are envisioning making purchases at supermarkets or gas stations, this might be the card for you to consider and to use so you get 3x points on those purchases. While this does not come with the same level of premium perks, the $95 annual fee actually makes it a great option for travelers who want to earn points without breaking the bank and paying huge numbers in annual fees. And you can actually transfer Citi points to amazing transfer partners like Air France, Emirates, and Etihad. So in the end, these points end up being really flexible and valuable as well. Why I like this card is because it gives you 3x points on some specific categories that all of us spend a lot of money on, like supermarkets and gas stations. So all of this spend can add up really quickly not only when you're traveling internationally, but also at home here in the US. Okay, now I want to share with you a couple important tips that you want to keep in mind while using all of these cards when you're traveling internationally. Tip number 1 is you should never select USD when you're trying to make an international transaction at a credit card payment terminal or at an ATM. A screen will pop up asking you to select either the local currency or USD. So make sure you always select the local currency, because whenever you select USD, they will be charging you an insane amount of markup that you definitely should not pay for. If you select USD, you will get hit with the worst exchange rates, and they'll also add a markup on top of it. So in the end, you'll end up paying much more than you should. Tip number 2 is when you're trying to maximize your points on every single purchase, know where each of your credit cards shines. For example, for dining, you might want to use the Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Sapphire Preferred, the BILT MasterCard, the Citi card, or any other card that gives you 3x or more on dining. For supermarkets, you might want to use the Citi Strata Premier because you know you'll get at least 3x points with that. For gas stations also, you might want to use a card like Citi Strata Premier. And then for random shopping sprees, I actually think the Capital One Venture X is totally a no-brainer. It's going to get you at least 2x points instead of 1x points if you use any of the other credit cards that we just discussed. It's all about picking the right credit card for the right situation. But I do want to say that if you're on vacation and you think this is too much for you to remember, just keep a card handy like the Capital One Venture X that you know will give you at least 2x points for every purchase, which takes the guesswork out of the equation, and you can just use that card and maximize your rewards. And finally, tip number 3, if you just got a new credit card before you went on that vacation, definitely do not worry about maximizing your rewards by using all of these credit cards. You can just focus on using that card until you meet your minimum spend. And after that, you can start to optimize your rewards with other credit cards. There's one more credit card that I sometimes use internationally. This is the Amex Platinum credit card. If you want to learn more about this card, I have created a separate video on it. In this video, I break down my experience of having this card for over 5 years now and how I justify its $695 annual fee. I think you'll like it. Check it out.